Hiya, welcome to MDM Student Stack. I am Karthik P.
And I am Mohammad Rayyan, here to talk about World Polio Day.
On every year, the World Polio Day is celebrated on 24th October. 2022's theme was a healthier future for mothers and children.
Polio or poliomyelitis is a disabling and life-threatening disease caused by poliovirus. It spreads from person to person and can infect a person's spinal cord, causing paralysis.
Poliovirus is a contagious disease which spreads through person-to-person contact. It leaves an infected person's throat and intestines. About 1 out of 4 people with poliovirus infection will have flu-like symptoms such as fever, headaches, etc. These symptoms usually last 2 to 5 days, then they go away thereon.
Polio is a disease that causes permanent paralysis. We can't cure it, but we can prevent it.
Poliovirus is transmitted through contaminated water, food, or a contact with an infected person.
There are 2 types of vaccines that can prevent polio. They are inactivated poliovirus vaccine and oral poliovirus vaccine.
One of these vaccines is given with just 2 drops into the mouth of a child. This is called the oral polio vaccine. The other is given with an injection. This is called the inactivated poliovirus vaccine. They both teach children's bodies how to fight off the poliovirus.
World Polio Day provides an opportunity to highlight the global efforts towards a polio-free world and to honor the tireless contribution of those who are on the front line in the fight to eradicate polio. Through GPEI Global Polio Eradication Initiative, CDC worked with partners to eradicate polio and end the suffering from this devastating disease.
In 1988, poliovirus was present in 125 countries, paralyzing an estimated 1,000 children per day. That year, the Global Polio Eradication Initiative launched with a goal of eradicating the polio worldwide.
Over the past 35 years, GPEI has made a remarkable progress towards this goal. The disease remains present in just 2 countries, Pakistan and Afghanistan now.
But challenges remain. As long as wild poliovirus continues to circulate in Afghanistan and Pakistan, all countries are at risk of wild poliovirus being imported.
On World Polio Day, CDC commemorates this progress and joins its GPEI partners in the call to overcome the barriers of making polio-free world.
2011 was the year the last polio case was reported in India, thanks for the continuous vaccination programs by CDC.
As every World Polio Day draws closer, the world is 99.9% polio-free. But the fight to end polio is not over, not yet.
There are 678,290,000-ish children under 5 around the world. But what's so important about being 5? A lot, it turns out. Children who survive to age 5 are twice as likely to reach adulthood. That's why vaccines for young children matter so much. In the last 40 years, global public health infrastructure has reached children here, and even here. Impressive, right? But 12.5 million children in the world are still totally unvaccinated. They're called zero-dose children. Some of these kids are hard to reach because they're living in conflict zones or remote villages. But some aren't that far away, living in dense low-income urban centres. Essentially, they could be anywhere. Can we really find them? Absolutely. India proved it could be done. In 2009, nearly a third of Indian children under 2 years old were zero-dose children. That year alone, there were 741 reported cases of polio, more than any other country in the world. But with just 1 year of vaccination campaigns that included special strategies to reach zero-dose children, they reduced that number to 42 cases. But how? Well, in some places, vaccinators look for families at bus and train stations. Others use motorbikes or trekked by foot to find children in the most remote regions. And to tackle 107 city blocks identified as high risk, vaccinators travelled house to house, delivering immunisations for polio and other preventable diseases. Doing this required 4 million vaccine carriers, 5 million vaccinators, 344 million children vaccinated, and 450 million doses of polio vaccine. See? It can be done, and the results are worth it. Let's make sure all children grow up healthy and vaccinated against preventable diseases, and ensure that zero-dose children are a thing of the past.
So now it's time to wind up today's talk.
Until the next episode of MDM Students Talk, I Karthik P.
And I, Mohammad Rayyan.
Hereby signing off.